man, in that moment, a lot of bad thoughts start to come to your mind, man. Like,
What up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the reigning, defending, and now undisputed UFC flyweight champion, the baby assassin, vanquishing the god of war, Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC 283. Brandon Moreno, how's it going, my man?
let's go, man. We did it.
Yeah,
Nothing,
fine.
man. It's
Congratulations. Not only did you win the title, but you can finally stop thinking about Deiveson Figueiredo, stop talking about him after this week. We got a little bit more to go, but we're definitely on the tail end of it all. How does it
right.
feel to just sort of put this behind you now?
Nah, yeah, I understand, man. But yeah, definitely, I feel so happy. Um, I feel so grateful just to finish this. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of time thinking of the same guy. But man, just to be right now talking with you and say we did it is like amazing for me.
I had asked Davison before the fight, like, I know there's some bad blood, but is there any chance you guys can get a meal together afterwards? He said he would like to take you to the coconut fields in Brazil and split open some coconuts. Any plans now or in the future to maybe get together with Davison and just hang out, put all this behind you guys?
Man, yes. I mean, I say this before. Like, I don't have like any bad blood with him. Even when he talked a lot about shit about me, I remember that. But even with that, after the third fight against him, I say this too. Like, in the third one, I was a little bit emotional. I was a little bit mad with him. Like, I was just trying to kill him. Like, to exchange punches with him. Um, and that was my mistake. So after that, I just trying to put more order in my mind, like be more focused, and I did it. And after that, I made the peace with myself, and I made the peace with him. And now I can say this again, like I don't have like any bad blood with him. If I see him like in another event in the future, like any any nothing bad will happen, or something like that, man. So yeah, of course, let's go to Brazil and to open coconuts. The coconut water is delicious, man.
Love it. I'm trying to make this happen. So, someone shout out to my friend Ben the Bane Davis on Twitter. He was wondering, did you buy yourself or plan to buy yourself a new Lego set in celebration of the victory?
Man, of course, Legos is always in my mind. I mean, I have a lot of homework here, man. Because sometimes people like give me a few sets to build,
Mm,
but with the training camps and after the fights, the meet and greets and the whatever I need to do, the interviews, I don't have so many time to do it. So right now I have a lot of homework, and but for sure I have some projects on mind.
love it. So speaking of the training camps, you worked with Sayif Saud on a bit of short notice for this fight. He mentioned that you suffered quite a bad knee injury going into the fight. How serious was the knee injury come fight night?
Watch. So yes, I had the knee injury in the training camp, and in that moment, I think next day, I went to get stem cells,
Hmm.
and that worked a lot. I mean, stem cells hurts too much, man. Hurts a lot, but I don't have like too much time to lose. So that's why I put the stem cells in my knee. That works, and I was able to keep my training camp. But in the first round against Figgy in this last fight, he went for a heel hook, and he attacked, the same knee, and I don't gonna lie to you, man, wasn't comfortable, and I was a little bit scared in that moment, but nothing. I go out after the fight. I start to cool down. Man, the pain in the knee start to come. You know, first of so I run on to
Under the beer
backstage.
shower,
The
yeah.
people throwing things that moment was very funny, but I was in backstage. I went to the doctor. Even in that moment when I was in the with the doctor, everything was fine. But then my body started to cool down, and the pain started to come. Man, right now I feel very comfortable. right now I can walk and whatever, but I feel the little pain. I got an MRI yesterday, so hopefully the result will be today or tomorrow.
Okay, so we don't know yet what the injury actually is or how long it might take you to recover.
Exactly. I mean, I'm always positive, so hopefully it's nothing very dangerous, nothing serious. Because right now I can walk and everything, so it's just a little pain there.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. Hey, positive attitude goes a long way. I mean, it resulted in a world championship here. Um, some fighters, when we think of world champions like George St. Pierre, someone I know you admire very much, you got to meet recently. When you think about him, you also think about Firas Zahabi. There are some fighters who are basically with the same coach their whole life. What is it about you, your style, your preparation that allows you to train with so many coaches and still come out and be better and perform at a world caliber level?
Man, and imagine this. So I'm starting my career in Tijuana, with my first coach, and I was I was with him 16 years together working. So imagine when I took the decision to move to another place with another head coach wasn't a hard decision, and I don't know. I love to keep some how you say in English, to be just doing the same thing. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you
Consistency.
understand.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like changing everything. Like I love the
Mm-hmm.
routine. I love to do the same things in my days. But I moved to Kansas. But then for the things we talked before, I needed. I mean, I needed to change again. The head coach, man, was hard, man. Was hard. I think that the only answer I have for you is like I just try to win. I just trying to win. I just trying to open my mind. I listen very well, and that's maybe another answer. Like I don't care the people who is around me. I'm just trying to be very open
Mm-hmm.
and listen very well. I was trying. I started to work with Saif. He come with another system of work. I was like, okay, I don't know how he wanna work with me, but I'll be very open. I wanna open my mind and my ears and hear whatever he's trying to say to me. I did it and works, and maybe that's why the people is very impressive with all of these things because it's not very normal. And again, definitely was hard, but right now I'm here and I won, and that's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, I know Brandon's a good listener because he has the UFC photo shoot memorized. It's like hands here and then hands here.
Man, it's always the same. It's two pictures here, two pictures here, and two pictures here, and then to the other side. Same position,
um,
but here, and then again here, and then here. I have everything in my mind.
yeah. Someone who always has something to say about it, basically everyone in his divisions. Henry Cejudo, in your post-fight speech, you very passionately yelled into the microphone, "Viva Mexico, perros." He criticized you, saying it was inappropriate because you were calling the Brazilian fans dogs. I would just like to give you the chance to sort of counter. Was it meant as an insult to the crowd?
Man, and oh my goodness. I mean, I don't want to say nothing bad against him, but I mean that's the pro. I mean, and it's crazy because he has Mexican blood, right?
Yeah, because I think I understand. You go first. You go first. Yeah.
He has Mexican blood, but I mean, he never got like a really how you say? I mean, he went to Mexico before, but it's different. I mean, you understand when you go to Mexico, but you're
Mhm.
not to Mexico. Mexico, you are in
Yeah.
vacation. You are in
You
the.
don't know the culture as well.
I know
Yeah.
it's my culture, man.
Yeah.
I know my culture,
Yeah. Exactly.
so that's. I mean, that message is not for the for the Brazilian people. That message was for my Mexican people.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
This is what I. It's sort
and
of
it's great.
like a term of endearment to your fellow Mexicans.
So, for example, in Mexico, we say I love that, like, "Hey, perros, hey," like it's like, "What's up, dogs?" I don't know if you
Yeah.
say that in
Yeah. Yeah.
in English.
Absolutely. We say that in English.
So,
Yeah.
it's like "Viva Mexico," but it's like, "Hey, Viva Mexico, dogs!" Like I don't know. I know you understand, man. That I know, and it's crazy, and it's very sad. This guy saying that because the guy has Mexican blood, but that's the problem when you're not with your Mexican culture.
Hmm. Okay, good. I wanted to give you the chance. I didn't want that to sort of be out there without Brandon getting a chance to share his side of it. Now, I think as we begin to wrap up on the new stuff, it's pretty clear in everyone's mind that it's funny. We talk about getting a break from Deiveson Figueiredo and the 4 fights with him. Now you're looking to fight someone you've already fought twice in the past, but it's a little bit fresher at least.
At least I can say the last fight against Pantoja was in 2018. So
Yeah,
at
something in
least
that range.
we have sometimes we don't say each other in the octagon, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have a timeline in mind for when that fight might come together?
so I'm thinking in myself right now. To be honest, I know Pantoja is very excited, a little bit desperate to fight for the belt. Maybe because his last fight was in July, and and he beat me before, so maybe he think the belt will be very easy to get, or I don't know what is he's thinking right now. Um, but man, that's not my problem, man. I'm thinking in myself, but at the same time, obviously I want to be active. I say this before, like, for all this fight against Figueredo, trying to be agree to match the fight and whatever. I fought, for example, in 2021, I fought just one time. In
Mhm.
2022, I fought twice. In this one, at least I want to fight 3 times this year. Hopefully. So I'm trying to keep this balance. Like, hey, I need to my body to rest, my mind need to rest, because all this rivalry, all this pressure, all this stress was a lot for my mind, being very honest. But at the same time, I want to fight, man. I want to fight. I want to keep building my legacy. So let's see what happens. So I want to fight maybe in June. That will be very cool for me, because that gives me the enough time to rest my body, rest my mind, and at the same time be ready for the fight, and have a good and complete training camp for the next fight. But man, I don't know. I think right now it's a just a rumor. It's nothing official. But what happened if UFC wanna make an UFC pay-per-view event in Mexico City? Maybe in September, when is the independence of Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to buy until September, but if it's just it's for Mexico, to bring the mixed martial arts back to Mexico, I can wait for sure.
I love to hear that. Last thing before we finish up on some lighter stuff, I always like to get to know you as a person a little bit better. We're here today having not just reclaimed your UFC flyweight title, but as the flyweights continue to make history, winning the first ever 4 fight championship series. What would Brandon Moreno today tell the Brandon Moreno in 2018 who just got cut from the UFC?
I would say, maybe just like, hey man, shut the fuck up, and keep going.
Well,
No,
it didn't
because
take you long.
man, in that moment, a lot of bad thoughts start to come to your mind, man. Like, man, maybe you're not good enough to be here. Maybe you need to do something different. Maybe you need to retire. I don't know. A lot of bad things start to pass for your mind. But I just try to keep going. I just try to be very focused in every single day, not think in the future, like, because I think that will be a lot of weight for my mind, for my back. So I did it, man. I was very focused in the present. I was with my family. I got a lot of support from my friends, from my teammates, from my wife, from my daughters. I did it, and I did it well. So I will say that, like, hey man, just keep going, man.
I love to hear that, and look where it's led us. So I'm so happy you kind of pushed through those thoughts. Just a couple of things on the back end I love to talk about, stuff that has nothing to do with fighting. Give both of us a little bit of a break, okay? All right, first and foremost, what is the single greatest Mexican dish ever created?
For me,
Yeah, for you.
those tacos.
Oh, very
You know why?
classic, easy.
Because, man, it's simple. It's a tortilla, the meat, and whatever you add. But man, it's a very simple meal, and it's crazy delicious.
Oh, Mexican food is my favorite. I'm on a very strict nutrition plan right now, but shout out to my friend Marian, who promised me she'd make me her grandmother's chilaquiles recipe as soon as I'm done and I'm ready to eat again.
Let's go.
Let's go. Give me, you can pick between 3 to 5, whatever is easy for you. The top 3 to 5 Mexican athletes of all time.
Ooh, damn. Oh, I mean, I
Only
think
hard
for
questions.
sure Julio Cesar Chavez. Okay. Uh, I can tell just about boxers. I think, but Hugo Sanchez. Hugo Sanchez is the soccer player. He played in the Real Madrid and he did amazing stuff there. And the tier one, oof, the tier one. Let's see. Uh I think Lorena Ochoa in golf.
Baseball player? Oh,
No,
golf, golf.
golf. Lorena Ochoa. She was very good, but I mean, for sure, I have a lot of different names. Like, for example, in boxing, like Canelo Alvarez is amazing. Juan Manuel Marquez, amazing. Terrible Morales, Marco Barrera. You know,
Love it. Too many to name. As a pro wrestling fan, I'll give a shout out to Rey Mysterio Jr. and
Rey
whatnot.
Mysterio
So
for sure, man.
just
Yeah,
to
of course,
give
man.
him some love. There's
He's
too
very
many.
cool, and actually, he gives me a lot of good vibes in social media sometimes. So huge
Hey,
shout
I
out
love
to
to
him.
hear that. That would be a fun meeting. I hope that happens one day.
Hopefully, man.
Last thing, if I'm not mistaken, you have a wife and 3 daughters, correct?
Yes, sure.
Okay, what is the biggest lesson you as a man have learned living in a house with 4 women?
Ah, man, you need to learn for your mental health to say yes sometimes.
I love it. I'm about to talk to Jamal Hill after. He has 6 children, so
Oh
count
my
yourself
goodness.
lucky. A little crazy there. Brandon, man, this has been so much fun. I always love talking to you. I want to leave you with the last word as usual. I'll do my part very quickly. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you're still here, you know what you got to do. Subscribe, notification bell, thumbs up. Let us know when would you like to see Brandon Moreno back in the octagon, and who are some of the greatest athletes in Mexican history for you. Full feature, cbssports.com, in the description of the video. Brandon, in the aftermath of capturing the UFC flyweight title, if there's anything you would like to let the people know, the floor is yours.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much to still believing in me. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let's see what happens in the future. But I promise I'll do my best to keep building my legacy and my history.